is WQIR 514 Atlanta 947, Julie, with this week's new user tips and operating procedures segment. And this week, we'll talk about emergency power. Periodically, we like to ensure we have a backup plan, a contingency for the unexpected. Most of us have a pretty reliable commercial power service, but what if? Let's talk about the what if. The most basic emergency power tools we have are our HTs. Further, engaging in the Friday night at 9 Simplex operations can confirm what our handheld radios are and are not capable of if the what if occurs. By exercising our radios for Simplex contacts, we learn a lot about line of sight and propagation. We learn how to get that extra bit by holding our radios properly and by remaining still while we transmit. All of these things can help us be better operators while using a repeater. This is one of our best tools if we encounter a power failure, especially if it turns out to be a long-term event. Another means of emergency power operation can be a mobile radio installed in a vehicle. Capable of more power and often with a better antenna, a vehicle-mounted radio can be a great alternative station when the power goes out. Just as Simplex operations can be important, learning where your mobile operates best can ensure that your emergency power plans will be effective when the what if happens. Spend some time and learn how your radio works in your driveway or down the street, at church, or even at work. Let me break. The next consideration for emergency power is battery backup on your base station. Most base stations are just mobile radios running off of a power supply plugged into the wall. Adding a car battery is a simple way to get the station on the air when the plug is dead. However, there are some important things to consider. A conventional car battery can vent dangerous gases if it's overcharged, and typical power supplies are not designed to serve as battery chargers. Some commercial supplies are designed to charge a bank of batteries and fail over to them if the power goes out. These can be pretty expensive unless you find one at a hamfest. Sometimes you can use a battery in the garage or on a riding lawnmower or just pulling one out of a car. Simple. But have a plan. Make sure you know what you're doing and have all of the connectors and parts available before the what if event. Another important consideration is that your radio will be able to receive for days, but transmit will need at least 12 volts. As a battery depletes, the radio transmit performance will degrade. The best option for emergency power is a whole house generator with an automatic transfer switch. This can be an expensive option, but the best and safest way to ensure your essential devices will have power throughout the what-if event. Since the whole house is backed up, things like heating and air conditioning, lighting, TV, and refrigeration will be backed up as well. By far the most comfortable what-if scenario. These are just a few of the preferred practices of North Georgia GMRS members, and these procedures are how we become the best operators on the nation's largest, most advanced linked repeater network. Remember, if you have any questions or suggestions, send me a note at ngGMRS.org. We are North Georgia GMRS Network, and this is WQIR 514, Atlanta 947, Julie. Good night, everyone.